All right, babe, I've totally hooked you up. You've got the lake, you have a perfectly manicured beach to lay on, and the kids have the playscape. So I have this idea. You and the Labubu crew can stay here, and I'm gonna go over there and try out the mountain bike trails. Hello, it's Byron, and welcome to Stony Creek Metro Parks, home of the Shelden Trails. You found MTB Trail View. This video is for people who love the adventure of riding new trails, and for new riders to the sport to get a taste of the trails that are out there to ride. Trail View will take you on trails, start to finish, show you how to find the trailheads, and call out some key features along the way from an intermediate rider's perspective. So let's get at today's ride. So here's a Google Maps snapshot of this location. You should be able to get the address or GPS coordinates from it. So the Stony Creek trailhead is really easy to find. You come in the main gate, you follow the curve around to the left, you pass the lake, drive by the golf course, and then you'll end up at the Shelden Trails. So Stony Creek says that they have about 17 miles worth of trail here, but if you stay on the main mountain bike loop, there's about 12 miles worth of trail and loops that you can run. It's an intermediate ride for sure. Beginners can do sections of it, and that's the great thing about Stony is there's many different loops here, one that runs into the next, so you can kind of pick and choose your ride. So here we are in the parking lot, and leaving the parking lot, this is the lower parking lot. You know you're in the right place because you will see Porta-Johns right there, and then you hook a right into the trail. These are the Shelden Trails at Stony Creek. So if you're just starting off and you want to do the big loop, same thing, you start off at the sign, you merge right into the trail. Now, Stony Creek has lots of loops, multiple loops. One runs into the next. And to start this trail, you're looking for the beach loop, B-E-A-C-H, beach loop. And that'll come almost immediately. If you go to your left here, that's the groomed trail. To the right is the beach loop. And that's what you want. And that'll take you out to the big trail. Well, this is the beginning of it. So as I said, it's not just one big long trail. This trail is made up of a series of loops. Each loop has an intersection, which is really easy to deviate to a different loop if you don't want to do one or the other, or you do want to do a particular one. Each loop out here features a little bit something different. For example, the roller coaster is a lot of downhill with jumps and technical features. If you do the whole beach loop, it's a pretty easy ride. It's great for, a novice type rider. The Pines, same thing. It's great for a novice type rider, but out in the Pines there's a jump line. We'll get into that later. The back nine, pretty smooth and nice. It's rolly and flowy. Back nine's really nice. That's still, a novice rider could do that. Really, a novice rider could do this whole trail. It just comes down to fitness level. So, and the reason I say they could do it is because every technical feature that there is, there's a way around. And there's always a loop. So if you get tired or overwhelmed, it won't be long before you can turn off and go right back to the parking lot. That's what makes Stony unique, I think. A lot of trails have multiple loops, but the way back is always very easy. It's a great place to come if you're a novice, and if you're an intermediate, expert rider, it's also fantastic. It's great speed and lots to offer. There's a split here. This will take you, if you go right, it cuts off the whole top part of this section and takes you more directly to what's called the back nine. But for our purposes, we're running the whole track today, the whole system. And so we're gonna go left. If you go right, it's just a short little path that will lead you right back into this, so you're not missing much. Everything that I'm saying today is from an intermediate rider's perspective. I've been riding most of my life, mostly motorcycles. I raced motorcycles professionally, motocross, hare scrambles. Went to mountain bikes about 10 years ago. And now I'm on a Specialized Turbo Levo bike. Think what you want about e-bikes, but I'm 59 and just had a total knee replacement, and I wouldn't be riding these trails the way I am now at the level I am if it wasn't for the help of the e-bike. So I am an e-bike advocate. I also would ask people, if you have an e-bike, don't run up on people, don't push people, don't destroy the trails, which is a myth. Just be mindful. Be a good, courteous biker. Anyway, so we continue. That's my speech for the day. Coming up here, we're going to have a split. If you go to the left, that's a continuation of the beach line, and that will take you right back to the parking lot. And that's a great beginner trail. And we're going to merge onto the B line right now, to the right, and that'll take you to the rest of the trails. It gets technical right out of the gate. You can see that we have a log crossing into rocks. This is all uphill. And then we get into some flow. And I think that's most of the information up front. You can just go for the ride along now. Try and be quiet for the most part, unless there's an obstacle coming. Enjoy trail view. Okay, we're coming up to an intersection, but really you just go straight and cross. But if you're feeling tired, you're a newbie, you're feeling like this might be more than you expected it to be, at this intersection you can see a road here, right? You can either take that road, and that will take you back to the parking lot, or you can go left onto this trail, and that's still trail, about a mile of it or so, and that will take you back to the car as well, the parking lot. So we're going to swing right back around and continue to go straight, and we're entering the roller coaster trail. Roller coaster trail. You'll see why they call that. You'll see why they call this the roller coaster in a minute. But before you get to the actual roller coaster, you got to do a little incline to get to it. It's going to take us to the highest point at Stony. Okay, here we are. We are at the top. Little sign. There's a bench here. Great place to rest after your little warm up uphill from the beginning. And from here, it's all a windy section. Pretty technical, jumps, all kinds of stuff in here. Mostly a downhill. Okay, right out of the gate, we're gonna have a jump, black diamond jump, up a log and over some rocks. Then this is all just flowing, windy. There's a little split up here. Keep to your right. Left is cheating. Takes you the same trail, you just don't get to do this uphill. It's a nice little leg pumper right here. And this is the beginning of the downhill. Lots of black diamond features in here, so be careful. Don't go bombing it your first time out. Big jump. Oh, all right. Some trees down. Okay, and then you'll get to a split here. Left takes you to a little bit more technical part. Right avoids it, but they both end up at the same place. We're going to go to the left, and this is a really steep drop down rocks. Looks like this. And then just downhill flow. Lots of roots and rocks in here. Be careful. Okay, coming up here, there's a jump, followed by a double jump that you're not going to see. If you don't make that, you'll catch your tire right there. I'll put a thing up. Both of them are makeable. Well, the first one's definitely makeable. The second one's a double. Intermediate rider for sure can do it. Expert, easy. Just make sure you get enough speed there. And then into the rest of this rock section. Okay, Another technical feature. Stony loves its logs crossings. Here's another one. It's a pretty long one, about a foot wide. We'll go nice and slow here. Remember, keep your eyes on the end. The end of this, it's downhill with rocks. I walked it so you could see. Often I do these things, I cross them and it's too fast and you can't see, so I've gotten some suggestions to slow down on the obstacles. Okay. All this is like really nice little rocky technical area. Fun to navigate through. A little downhill rocky thing here. Okay, another good little resting place. Another high point. We're getting ready to go down a decline, flowy, super fun. I'd always recommend, if you've never been here before or any trail, don't just go bomb these the first time. There's lots of things that can be here that you don't see or recognize, and you can get yourself into some trouble. Always try and run it first once before you really smash it. There's tabletop. Big high-speed bank curve. Downhill jump. Right here, there's a big jump. It's an interesting area. You can go right down the center. Go right down the center, or there's a lip jump here and over there as well. I'll roll up that so you can see. Merge you right back into the trail, and another jump here. So that's a fun little section at the end of a downhill. Rock you can go over. Now, if you've had enough, you can go to the right. That'll take you back to the car. Or you can go to the left and continue on. Here's a challenging one. Another log crossing. So skinny. About 8 inches. This thing's about 25 feet long. Another one up here. This is a big fat log that has a drop off at the end with a rock. Just know what you're in for here. So again, I'm just rolling by some of these so you can see them. Doesn't matter. You don't want to jump them, don't jump them. If you do, do. Let's talk about this trail one more time as far as skill level. I believe a beginner could come down this trail, but you're gonna have to be in some shape. The reason I say a beginner could come down is because there's ways around every big obstacle. You don't have to do them. And at some point, there's always a break off that goes right back to the car. So it's not like you're committed to a 10-mile ride. Once you get on it, you can break off the trail about every mile or so. Experts, lots in here for you. Intermediate, great challenge. Every time you come, you can feel yourself get better. This is just a great overall track. It's worth the drive from wherever you're coming from. A rock jump up here, which is kind of fun. Whoop! Into some docks. Rooty section. And all this is kind of an incline up until we get to the back nine. Let's emerge in for the left. There was a cutoff back there that I didn't mention, but we went by too fast. For purposes of just knowing the main trail, we're good at what we're doing. Okay, coming up here, it starts this really fun downhill. Jumps all along it, although some of them are worn down now. Usually when you get right up here to the top, you want to start getting your speed. It's so much fun. But I'm not going to do that because I want to show you this intersection here. But you can really get some speed, bust into this corner, hit this rock. Okay, so we're at a trail intersection. This is called the back nine. The back nine. Back nine will take you to the Pines Loop. If you look over here to your right, this is where the back nine ends up coming out. Continue to the right, that'll take you to the parking lot. This road here, if you go this way, left off the roller coaster, will take you back to the car. It goes back to what I was saying with beginners. If you've had enough, veer off, take the cart path, and that'll take you all the way back to the parking lot. So for our purposes, we're going to continue, and we're moving off the roller coaster onto the back 9. Now, I had speed, I'm still gonna be able to do it. There's this really cool jump right here. Woo! Into a downhill, uphill jump, downhill double, jump, double. Some of it's kind of worn down. It's been a while since I've been here. All these are little double jumps. And it kind of flattens out for a minute. Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
Good. Then we get into this flowy section back here. Some jumps, high bank turns, nice little double here, tabletop. Another jump coming up here. If you keep to the right, it'll lift you higher. Same thing here. Further to the right you go on those, the higher you get. They used to be doubles. They're a little worn down now. Still fun to jump. And we're coming up on a crossing right here. You cross this little road and you continue on the back 9 trail. Now that you're in a little ways, you're probably starting to get a little tired. It's a little uphill. Remember when I first started riding, always used to gas me a little bit. We'll say it's so much more fun to ride when you're in shape. All right, here we go. From this point down, it's a nice flowy section. It's pretty sandy though in this area. Watch when you come down, boom, sand right there. Right in this next corner, sand. So don't get going too fast. I don't want you to wash out. You'll probably never remember all the specifics of this trail, but I'll give it as you go. So if you're watching, you just know all this stuff exists. Nice flowy, big sweepy curves, corner here. And remember, these trails are also shared with hikers, so be careful on some of the tight turns. You might come around the corner and meet with some pedestrians. Coming up here, there's a nice little rock jump on the right-hand side of the trail. Here we go. A really fun part of Stony Creek right here. It's just so flowy and nice. Once again, as always, take my hat off to the volunteers and people who work on these trails. They're always just great here at Stony. I was just here riding yesterday, and there was a tree down. They had it cut out by the next day. That doesn't often happen. So, appreciate it. If you ride these trails, and you see the trail workers out, always stop and thank them. Okay, right here is a split. This part of the trail goes into the pines. I'm actually circle around so you can see it. A couple fun jumps there. I always come in here too fast. Okay, so this is the midway point of the back nine. When you get here, there's a split. To your left, it continues down the back nine. To the right, it goes to the pines. So, for our purposes, to extend the ride and to see as much as we can, we're gonna take the right and go look at the Pines Loop. Pines Loop is relatively flat. It takes you through, you guessed it, a pine forest. The big allure to the pines is there's a jump line about halfway through it. It's near a parking lot on a dirt road near the school. Really easy access to come in and just do sessions on the jump line. And that's what many do, in fact. A lot of BMXers and just everybody goes there. But if you're into the big loops, the long ride, it's about halfway during the whole ride, you'll find the jump line, and that's coming up. So jump line, once again, is on the pines. So here comes a technical piece. There's a couple of these on the Pines Loop. It's a rock crossing, followed by a bridge. And then we merge into like a cart path, I'll call it. It's wide, it's not 2-track. Just keep following this straight. And right up here, there's a merge to your right. And if you do that, it'll take you to another technical feature. A little ramp dealio here with multiple angles. I'll give you a good look at it here. And on this little section between the road and the cart path, there's a bunch of these wooden features. Try to get enough speed to get over this. There we go. And just a fun little section here, nice tabletop. Woo! Another one. Once again, off to the right, leads you to another technical feature. This one is a step up, double step ups. Aim this down a little bit. Step up, step up, step down, step down. And back onto the cart path. Okay, we're making the curve here. There's a split here. One is a shortcut to the jump track, but we don't need to shortcut it. We're just going to continue around, and I'll show you what the jump track is in a second. So once again, this area is called the Pines. You can see why. It's all pine, really nice and windy in here, smooth, easy ride, nice and cool in the summertime. And coming up here, it's a technical feature, black diamond technical feature. To the left, you can bypass the jump line. To the right, you go to the jump line. The two of these trails end up merging. So if you don't feel like you want to do the jump line, you can go left. Also, coming up on this jump line, you can ride alongside it. It's not like you have to do the jumps. So here we go, and I'm gonna roll it really slow. I'm not gonna jump any of this stuff. I just want you to be able to see it. This is called the Pines Jump Line. Really popular place. So here we go. This is just a series of 5 big jumps. They're carpeted on the face. They're all tabletops. Pretty steep. I'd roll them once before you decide to jump them if you've never been here. But this is great stuff. Little rock jump there, another tabletop. And you can turn around right here and go back and do it again. There's a little trail here that goes back along the edge of the jump line. And we'll do that. Just so you can see what it's like. We're here pretty early in the morning, but in the afternoon, this gets backed up. All the people sit right here in this big area, lined up for their time to go. Anyway, so we'll go one more time, a little faster. Still not gonna jump it. Just want you to see how it is. Too old to jump now anyway. Get that jump in this one, woo! All right. And back into the regular trail. We're gonna continue the Pines Loop now. All this area is pretty smooth. No real hills or things you have to deal with. I mean, typical ups and downs of a mountain bike trail. Lots of winding, there's some roots in the path. But basically that's what this Pines Loop is. Okay, we got a technical feature here. It's a ramp type thing. Turn around so you can see that. There you go. Be careful when you cross this. You can see that a lot of people catch their sprockets at the top. And then right after that, there's a rock garden to your left. We'll take that. If you don't want to go through the rocks, go to the right. They meet right after this. All right, we're out. Some squeaky brakes today. Sorry about that. Okay, coming up, it's a technical feature. This is a slight uphill to get to it. Another jump line. It's a jump line on a downhill. This is called the back 9 jump line. Back 9 jump line. So people will stage right here and take off. This is labeled a black diamond portion of the trail. I'm going to go down it. I'm not going to jump in a right, it's slow. So you can see these jumps. Expert level jumpers can clear all these double jumps. If you don't feel comfortable with the big jumps as an intermediate or you're a beginner, please roll them. It's kind of a ways from help out here. And I have actually seen people get hurt here. So here we go. This is a tabletop. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. Nice high bank corner entrance. Big jump here, downhill. This is a double. Whoop! Downside right there. Another double right here. And then just a regular jump. And that's it. If you want to do it again, there's a path back there that takes you right back up to the staging area. Many people just really interested in doing those double jumps. So there you go. Back on the trail again, continuing along the back 9. This area here is flowy, high bank turns, nice little jump. This is a little incline here for a minute. And enter the flow section. There's a rock garden right here and you jump into it. Or you can bypass it. More rocks. Sorry, I probably did that too fast back there. But that was a rock garden about 15, 20 feet long. If you get enough speed out of that corner, you can clear most of it. The rocks aren't so bad that if you land in the middle, it's gonna crash you out. This is an uphill, well, I'll call it an incline. Morning. Oh, a skunk. Ha. We'll not go back and look at that. Running around right next to the side of the trail. That's beautiful. Okay, and this ends the back 9. There's a nice little sign here. Welcome to Shelden Trails. So when you get here, this is an intersection between many trails. There is a map here. I'm gonna make sure you get that. But anyway, it's pretty well labeled out here. So we're leaving the back 9. One leads into the next. So this is a blue labeled, which means there's some difficulty to it, intermediate. Hey, have a great day, guys. I hit a deer right here once. Craziness. Okay, now we're here to another intersection. We're gonna go right here. We're gonna run into a road. It's another crossing like we just passed. We're gonna keep to your right. This continues. Blue trail for beginners, intermediates. I like to call this the Star Wars Trail. Reminds me of Empire Strikes Back, where they have the speeders going through the woods. That's what this area reminds me of. And as we get going here, it gets super flowy and pretty fast. So here we go. Okay, there's a technical feature coming up. It's a skinny log crossing, and we're gonna go do it. Remember, when you're crossing logs, always look to the end of the log. If you look down at your tire, you're gonna go off. Wherever you look is where you'll go. If you look to the end of the log and keep your eyes on the end of the log, you'll make it across. Okay, and this begins that area where I said it reminds me of Star Wars. Really flowy. Get good speed through here. It's a technical feature right here. It's a log over a boulder onto a log. Pretty wide, cool, into a steep corner, bank corner, and then you get your speed through here. Looking down, I'm running about 27 miles an hour on this. Past bank curves into a downslope. There's a jump right there. Another one, steep corner. one of my favorite sections of all of Stony. Just love that section. Switch back. Okay, coming up here is another log crossing. You don't have to go over it. There's a way off to the left. It's kind of skinny and it's kind of long, so be committed. If you do it, remember, keep your eyes on the end of the log. Here we go. All this is kind of a sandy, twisty incline. It's always sandy. And now that you're quite a few miles into this ride, it's a little bit of a slog. Rocks and whatnot in this corner. But all of it's sandy. Continuing the uphill incline. And then here we're going to get the payoff. This is a long downhill. Well, not super downhill. Long decline, very flowy, good speed, all the way to the end of the trail. Stumps and rocks in here you got to be careful of, but nothing major. Some rocks here, nice little rock path I'll take for you, as you can see. Okay, let's see, we're out in the open now. We're coming to the end of the trail. So, as I said, this is about 9 or 10 miles long. Hey, how you doing? And you end up right back in the parking lot where you came. It's a fun little payoff at the end here, right before you get to your car. Now you're entering the track. And if you keep to your left, it's a black diamond feature, rocks into a wooden ramp.
Hey, would you like to be a contributor to the mountain bike community? We here at Trailview are trying to add new videos each week. Right now, Trailview is Michigan-based, but we're also looking for trail views anywhere in the country. So if you like what you're seeing and would like to be a contributor wherever you ride, drop me an email and let's get connected. The whole idea is to share trails with others, build the mountain bike community, and learn about great places to ride. So let's build something cool together.